talk about like some other initialization. So in case if you have some network, okay, and if you want to build a large network, in case if you want to have a custom network, then it's all your choice, like what initialization you want to go for. But apart from that, in case you can reuse already existing networks. So in our previous session, we have discussed various modules, right? So we have, in case if you go further recall them, like we have discussed about so many networks, right? So many different architectures, and these the models are already available for this architecture. Okay, so in case if you want to use a similar architecture or reuse that architecture, so then what you can do is, instead of going for this custom initialization where you for a custom layers, instead of going for a custom layers, what is also better is like go for a pre-trained model. So let me call that concept as transfer learning. So what this transfer learning is, so instead of you customly initialize a network, so what you can do is, in case if your network also is similar to what you have, or instead you don't want to start from scratch, okay? So let's say, let's take one example, small example over here. So okay, so anything which we know the data set, maybe it will be good for us to give an example. So if you remember, okay, let me take AlexNet. Okay, we usually will use like much latest version. So, but here let's take an example of AlexNet. Okay, so AlexNet, is it? It's trained for like 1,000. What are the outputs? Like let me. It's a 1,000 class one, right? So your input is 24 by 24. 224 into 224 into 3. So AlexNet, let's see, talk about, take an example of AlexNet where it takes input and AlexNet, which will have output. Okay, so output is like 1,000 size, and input is 224 into 224 into 3. So input is okay, like and here output has been trained for. So output actually has been, so if you take this AlexNet, okay, so it has been trained for 1,000 classes. So and this 1,000, and it is trained on ImageNet database. Okay, there is a data set called ImageNet, so which contains those 1,000 classes. So your output will be like somewhere like this, right? So let me 0 1 2 so on 1,000, and these 1,000 will be like something like dog, cat, ship, airplane, something like this. I'm randomly writing few, but it will also contain those anyway. So this is a kind of a net you have, and for this, okay, so this is there, but actually your problem is like, actually now you have to solve some ML problem which is related to a kind of a object classification, like which was like this. But like these are not the classes which you want. Okay, like you want to solve some other various cars, right? So maybe what can I say? Like something new. It can be anything. Like it doesn't matter. So maybe a sedan car versus a hatchback car versus a SVU. So that maybe let's take that way. So you want to classify within car. Maybe it need not be anything. It can be anything. I just took an example where you want to classify between these three. So maybe a vehicle, pedestrian, and traffic light. Okay, let us take this small example. So where you want this way, like finally a model where you pass an image and it should be predicting, like if it is a vehicle, if it is a pedestrian, if it is a traffic light. But what you have is like you have some other network, like these are not trained to predict these things. Okay, let's assume that way. So what you can do is, in case if you have to, if you want to train a model, like what one basic method means like approached by a novice person is, so he can again like construct a network, like use a bunch of convolution layers to do, and then like few max pooling, and then train a model. But for that, actually you need a very large data set, right? So in case if you can see also see, if it is an LXNet, we have 60 million or 62 million parameters, right? So those many parameters, like it will take huge time to train it. So actually LXNet has been trained for more than few weeks. You can take like and also given the computational capability in our local systems, or in case we don't have a cloud, it will take like months together. Okay, and in case if you find a small problem in that, again you have to restart and then maybe train again if you want to tune the hyperparameters. That is a kind of a big headache, right? So like that is not the approach what you should be following. So what you can do is, like already like they have released, like there are like few pre-trained models available, so which are trained on a huge database. Okay, so this ImageNet actually is a very huge database which contains lakhs of images, and for each class, and it has been trained like so much, right? So we can actually, we should be actually utilizing something of this sort. So what we can do is, let's say this is a kind of a network, like I'm just actually simplifying for a representation purpose. Let's take, you have some layers here, and finally it can be convolution layers as well, right? Even though I am writing only fully converted and these layers. So let's say, and finally you have this 1,000 layers. Okay, so this is what LXNet, let's assume that this is LXNet, and from here it's the input, and here you have output of this 1,000. So what you can do is, instead of but because you can't use this last layer, right? So because the outputs what are here are different from outputs what you have. So what you can do is, you just remove the last layer. What you can do is, like just like remove this last layer and take only this part. Okay, so this we can take and reuse it for our network. So what you can do is, take the same to this model. Okay, like what I draw in red, right? So assume that this is this box. Okay, have the same weights in this, like what is been already trained, right? So have the same thing. Okay, so and here you add one more layer. So with three classes, like what you want is the vehicle, for pedestrian, for traffic light. So okay, and like you have a connection this way. So till here anyway all these are connected. So you remove the last layer and take layers like till before. Okay, we call it like a till penultimate layer, like you can take it and then create your own last layer, and to it we can now this is what we have, and till here it has been already trained, right? So these are already trained, and to this, like these will have some values, and to, but here we are initializing, right? So we are doing a random initialization of weights, and here we take weights from pre-trained LXNet. Okay, so only except the last layer. Last layer we remove it, last layer till one layer before we take this, and then the last layer you randomly initialize according to your output. Okay, so because like we need three outputs, and what these 1,000 are irrelevant to your outputs. Okay, so if that is the case, you can do this way and train the model. Now you can train the model. So while training, it is advised to freeze these weights. Okay, freeze the weights for training. So it means like you don't change these weights at all, and you only change the weights of the last layer, only trainable layer. Okay, so this is one way which you can do. But what actually does it make any sense? Like why is it done this way is, so if you have something like this, So let me write a stack of few layers, and finally a output layer. Okay, so this is output layer, this is input layer. So it may be anything, it may be convolution layers like dense layer or so many hidden feature. What will happen is, so all these will learn how to extract features from your like inputs. Okay, so it can be image, it can be anything, but what it learns is these layers will learn how to extract features, and finally your last layers will do a kind of a classification for your inputs. Okay, kind of like think that like all this is feature engineering, and the last step is where you are passing it to a model to classify between like different outputs. Okay, so treat it that way. So these are features. So usually from higher level features to a lower level features, it will extract, and finally using this you do a classification at the last layer. So this is what usually happens within a network, right? So what we are doing is, instead of taking last layer is anyway not useful for us. So what we do is we take a layer till before, because like till that point it is like feature extraction. It will do something like, it will see like if your image has a curve or not, is it like round or not, something like that. So such kind of features will be extracted. So maybe is it in a corner, is it in the center, something like that. It can be anything. Okay, it is not known to us, but network will automatically learn from the kind of training what you give, and it will extract these features. Okay, so and what we are doing is like you take this one, utilize the features extracted, like what it has learned how to extract features, right? So you take those and output, you add a new output of a layer. Okay, depending on how your classes is, you add this new output, and to it like you pass input again. So all these weights like it will know how to extract the features already, right? Because it is already trained on a different kind of a database, but still it will be able to extract the features. So it has looked at so many of the data, right? So it is already very good feature extractor. So to this what we are doing is we are adding this new layer. Okay, and to this new layer we are adding this output, and we are getting it. So and what we also do is, so for if you want to retrain it again. Okay, so if you want to retrain these are already trained for so many epochs, right? So these are already trained to very optimal level. If you take LXNet or maybe ResNet or anything, it is already trained with so many epochs. So what we do is, instead of disturbing that, we freeze the weights. So you don't, it means like those won't get changed at all, and only while training only this will get changed. So what you have is your number of trainable parameters are very low, sir, very low in number. So maybe 10, 20, 50, 100, maybe thousands. Okay, you can take like 1,000 weights. So because like you have the connection from each to each, right? So only those are the weights like finally what you have, right? So actually what you are doing is, from this big network if you take, it may have like 60 million parameters, and but you are only training here some 1,000 parameters, right? So 1,000 or maybe 2,000, let us say. So only these you are training, right? So this is very easy, right? Comparatively to train like 60 million parameters, it is very easy to train like 2,000 parameters, right? So what you have is your training time here. Actually it would have taken, like if you want to train the whole network from scratch, it would have taken like few weeks. Here it would take few minutes, right? So that is a major difference between using a transfer learning. Okay, so here what you are doing is something a kind of a brain. Okay, your brain which has already learned, you are transferring to some new person, or maybe for an it's like kind of a new task. Okay, so if you let's say let's think of a human. Okay, let's treat this model as a human. So you are trained to classify between like different cars. Okay, let's take that small example. You are trained like in your maybe kind of a few day session or something, and to differentiate between what is a sedan, what is a hatchback, what is a SUV, what is something like this, what is a this one, something like that. Okay, now you are asked to train differentiate between something different task. What you say, let's say you want to differentiate between different bikes. Okay, is it a passenger vehicle, is it a like sports bike, is it something like that? It is completely different, right? But what you have is like maybe for initial training for a person who is new to, like he has not seen a car at all in his life. So for him it would have taken some time, at least like maybe 2 days. Okay, let's say like just an rough figure. Okay, it would have taken like 2 days or something. But once he is trained, okay, now I took him, now I asked him to like different like train him, like I for training him on classifying bikes. If it is a new person, directly if you want him to show him like who has never seen a bike or car at all, and asking him to train, you would have taken like more time to do this task. But when you take the person who has already trained on cars, right, so it will be easy for him to grasp fastly, because he would have known how to classify between different cars. So similar kind of knowledge he could have applied here for bikes as well. Maybe though it is a completely different task, he could use this to and apply that knowledge. So such kind of it's like a kind of you are applying a knowledge what you have learned at some other task and into one other task, right? So like actually that is something like you are transferring your knowledge to a different task, right? So that is what we are doing here. Till here it has learned how to classify, like actually AlexNet has learned how to classify between these 1,000 images. So what we are doing is you are using the same weights, like same part of its knowledge. So knowledge is nothing but weights here, right? So that knowledge to and asking it to train for differentiating between some other task. And so what we are doing is, so it is able to, it will take very less time. Like here it has to learn like these many parameters, but here it can learn only like need like these many parameters, right? So what will have is like earlier it would have taken like few weeks to do, but now it took only few minutes to do it. So that is one bigger advantage for of transfer learning. So this has made so many things possible. Okay, so like actually this is a kind of a big breakthrough, what you can say, because like it has allowed us to use like one the kind of a model which is used for train for one kind of task to another. So maybe you are into complete so in case you have trained it and you did not get like better result. Okay, maybe because the task is completely different, or kind of images or something is completely different. What you can do is then you can start tuning these weights. Okay, let's say if the performance is not satisfied, start unfreezing the last layers. Okay, so what you do is like previously we are like this. We okay, I'm representing here 4, and finally we have this new output, right? So new output we are training. Okay, output layer we are training, and we are freezing these 4 weights earlier. Previously freezing these 4 weights and training only this. Okay, now what you do is if performance is not good, then what you do is only freeze 3 layers and train this layer and this layer, these two trainable. Then see the performance, is it acceptable, then okay. If not, again you can do this way. You can freeze only 2 layers and means like this layer and maybe train these layers. So you can start increasing like one layer by layer by layer, and start experimenting on that, and so that you'll get, mostly this would work in most of the cases. Mostly like you can do like one above. So this will surely work in like most of the cases. You don't have to go for like one above 3, 4, 5 above. So mostly like this or this will work. So if not, anyway, in case if it is like completely a different task, or like it is difficult for it to do, then you go for like one more above and one more above. So okay, this is how like you should proceed. And like compared to this, like this have more parameters to train, right? So this comparatively, here it would have taken few minutes, here it would have taken like few tens of minutes. So here it would take like few hours. So because like here we have like more trainable parameters, right? So this is how like it will be done. Okay, but still like these are not initialized again randomly, but take the same weights what are there earlier, on top of it you train it. Look, even if you don't freeze it, like, but still you are initializing with pre-trained weights. Okay, so this is the concept of transfer learning. So you can use it for like various tasks. Like okay, every task, like there are like few models which were trained on some similar kind of task, right? So you can take that and then reuse it. Or maybe you can reuse your own model for another model. So it need not be something like AlexNet or like ResNet or like what is given, right? So you can so for one particular task, you have trained your own model, maybe used a reused like model what through transfer learning, or maybe you made a custom model. Okay, so you save that model somewhere, and then for a new task, again take that model, maybe accept the last layer, and then reuse for a new task. You can do that. Okay, and this is the one, right? So and you keep the new inputs and reuse it. So it need not be just that you have to use something which has which were published, right? So it can be your own layer model as well. So okay, so this is about transfer learning.